I was invited by the EFCC. A repetition against me and my other brother. And I did not expect.
So P Square broke up somewhere 2017. They came back together 2021. They've broken up again 2024. And according to the way things are going, they might never come back together again. And it's all because of an interview that Paul granted. Paul is Rude Boy, the one with the rasta. Peter is the one with the low cut. Just so that you don't get confused. So Peter is talking now because Paul went for an interview and Paul said certain things about him. According to Paul, Peter went to report him to the EFCC and they came to arrest him and all that. But Peter has come out with more information saying that Paul was telling lies. And it's actually their senior brother, Jude Okoye, who is in the case and not Paul. I have the full gist for you. Now, before we get into that, let me tell you about the Samsung Founders Day promotion that's ongoing right now. If you go into any Samsung shop and you buy any of these phones, you'll get a discount. If you buy Samsung Galaxy S24 series, or you buy the Samsung Galaxy A35, A55, A25, A15, or the A05, you will get discounts to as much as 1,500 Ghana cedis. This promotion is running from now till 24th August 2024. So walk into any Samsung shop, buy any of these phones and get a cool discount. And this is Samsung's way of celebrating our Ghanaian heroes. So yes, shout out to Samsung. Now let's get into the story. I'm the Headless YouTuber, this is Headless Reactions. Alatiare, Yanko! So Paul, aka Rude Boy, one half of P Square, was in an interview. And in the interview, he said a lot of things. One of the things that he said that his brother has come to clear right now is the EFCC matter. According to Paul, his brother reported him to the EFCC. They came to pick him up and he had to go and get some sureties and stuff before he was released. This is what Paul said during the interview.
Wow. What happened this year? I was invited by the EFCC. A repetition against me and my other brother. And I did not expect, I never thought it would come to this part. I thought it was just music thing. Then next thing, people are telling me, what did you do? Somebody say you're going to go to jail 20 years. They're going to lock you up. What did I do? Okay, I got there. Okay, what is it? They told me everything. They've already printed all my account statement, everything, put it on the table. Explain this. First of all, what I thought in my mind, what if I was a bad person? I'm even doing one dubious like a Yahoo boy. I saw this guy, don't just finish me. But I took it. And then they started investigation. I was there. That was the kind of question I started asking myself. I wasn't comfortable anymore. I said, what is this? Then, when I knew it was a bit kind of serious, was when I said, you have to get a shorty, you have to get the lawyer, you have to get this. I said, what?
Whoa.
Okay, I did everything.
Whoa.
Then, what then happened? 1 month ago, they called me, they called him, they called other brother. Say, first of all, we have to say that after all investigation, Paul is innocent first, and Paul is cleared. Everything you accuse him of, we've done an investigation now.
After this interview, a lot of people have been bashing Peter that how can you go and report your brother to the EFCC? And if you listen to what Paul said during the interview, Paul was saying that in case, like the way his brother went to report him, no, if he were doing some illegal thing, let's say he was having some second business, some shady business on top of the music in by now, they've gotten him because his brother went to report him. But then Peter has come out with a statement saying, I never attempted or tried to use the EFCC to arrest my twin brother Paul. I never did that. Yanko, also before I tell you the whole story, here is what I need you to all understand. It's always surprising to me when people say, in quotes, P Square is always bringing their family matters into the public eye. Or see, it's always surprised because anytime P Square has an issue and they bring it out, People start insulting, and this is family matter. Go and say it in your house. Then I settle it at home. Or say, let me clarify this. P Square is not just a family. It's a public brand. But Peter, Paul, Jude, Anita, Ifeoma, and Lola, and the rest of our family members are family. But P Square is an entity that belongs to the public as much as it does belong to us. So he's saying that if he has a problem with his wife, that one is a private matter. If he has a problem with his brother's wife, that one is a private matter, family. But P Square, if there's an issue with P Square, it's a public thing. And that is how we like it in the town. Okay. Yanko, also our fans have played a significant role in our success. So they have the right to know what's happening with their beloved brand P Square. That's why it's understandable when certain aspects of our lives are shared publicly. Thank you, Yanko. Also, now let's get straight to the point. I want to make it clear that I never reported my twin brother Paul to the EFCC. Paul is saying that he was reported. Peter is saying that he didn't report Paul. Yanko. Also, I know many of you were disappointed when Paul accused me of doing so. He mentioned that I wrote a petition against him, which he claimed made the EFCC ask him to provide a surety. This statement suggested that he was detained, which is not true. Peter, Paul, and Jude own a management company together called Northside Entertainment, which we use to manage all of P Square's affairs. Now, Peter, Paul, they are P Square. Their brother Jude, he's a video director. He directs P Square's music videos, all P Square music videos. So they have a company. So this is family affair. They have a company and they are running their family business. The company is called Northside Entertainment. Also one day, I discovered another company with a similar name, but this one was called Northside Music instead of Northside Entertainment. The three of them have a company, Northside Entertainment. Now there's Northside Music. Also, this surprised me, so I decided to investigate further, and guess what? To my shock, the founders and directors of the secret company were none other than Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. And the registered address was the family home of Jude's wife. This is shady. If we have a company, and I'm going to see a company that has a similar name, and it is one of my brother's wives, that's one of my brother's wife. Her address is the company address. And my brother and his wife, they are the directors of the company. I was still in shock. I knew I had to talk to Paul about it. I approached him multiple times, at least 4 different times, asking if he knew anything about this secret company and the whereabouts of some of P Square's royalties. Each time I met him, he denied knowing anything about it. I want to set the record straight. I hereby challenge Paul or anyone else to show any petition that I, Okoye Peter, have ever submitted against my twin brother Paul, or that has Paul's name on it, or say he's challenging. Paul came to say that Peter took him to the EFCC. Now Peter is challenging that anybody should come out with a petition that has Paul's name on it. Now this is where it gets technical. Also, I am still writing this with so much shock because I gave clear instructions to my legal team with a standing order that under no circumstances should Paul be included in my petition. Their focus was to remain solely on the primary suspects, Jude Okoye and his wife, Ifeoma Okoye, since they were the directors of the secret company Northside Music. Nature said, Peter is standing on business and saying that I did not choke Paul. It was Jude and his wife that I took. So I don't know why Paul is saying that I took him. Now the whole thing, Paul and Jude, they are close. They are not cool with Peter. What I say? Jude sided with Paul when they were fighting. But anyway, Yanko, also Paul's recent interview about the EFCC incident contains a lot of lies. I watched and listened to Paul's interview. I was totally speechless and I kept asking myself, how does Paul have the audacity to publicly tell lies like this? Even with a respected and reputable agency like the EFCC. He claimed I petitioned him, but that's not something that ever happened to Paul. The truth is, this was something that actually happened to Jude. So Paul has gone to carry Jude's story and he came to tell us on the radio. Also, the real story goes back to the shocking discovery I made. But what really got me very upset was finding out that for years, millions of dollars and hundreds of millions of naira were being secretly diverted from into this secret company's account, Northside Music, from our own company, Northside Entertainment. That is what was upsetting him. Also, this was not just a minor issue. It was a massive betrayal that had been going on for several years. Now, this wife is me, can report. Also, I understand that Paul is angry because I took this matter to the EFCC, and I understand why. However, bearing in mind that I have met Paul and Jude separately and tried to discuss this matter, and it yielded me with no positive answer. In fact, the last time I approached Paul, the conversation got heated up, and he said, and I quote, "Peter, go and do your worst." You were having an issue with your brother. You told your brother, go and do your worst. If your brother has gone to report, even if he reported you to the EFCC, you've already told him, go and do your worst. So why are you complaining? Yanko, also at this stage, I was left with no other choice but to report to the authorities and take legal actions. Jude was then detained after being questioned. He came clean and admitted that he had been diverting millions of dollars of our money to this secret company, and and he and his wife were the directors of this company. So they have been stealing the money. All of Jude's bank accounts were immediately frozen. He was eventually released on bail after he managed to provide a surety and met the other bail conditions. Meanwhile, further investigations are still going on up till today. Paul's name was never mentioned in the petition because he was never a director of the secret company, unless there is something he is hiding from all of us. Paul, come and say it. I say Paul was only invited for questioning, just like Jason Njoku of Iroko TV, Amaju Pinnick, and others who had transactional dealings with Northside Music. Okay. The EFCC investigation found out that Northside Music had been secretly collecting P Square's royalties over the years. These royalty monies were sent to a bureau de change, then transferred to Jude's personal bank account. Hey, Randy. So that means Jude and his wife, they've created an account. They siphon a revenue from P Square. It goes into the account, and then final, it goes into Jude's personal account. Stealing from your brothers. A closer look at Jude's account statements revealed that once the money entered his personal account, there were multiple transactions where he was splitting the funds equally with Paul. With Paul, without Peter. This is the definition of robbing Peter to pay Paul. This is it. So the royalties will go into the account, the second company account. Then it will come from the second company account into Jude's account. Then Jude will split the money with Paul. Peter is not part. And then Peter went to report the thing. And you people are doing like he has done something bad. Let me know in the comment section if it were you. If it were to be you, would you have killed a lot or you don't kill a lot? This naturally led to some questions. After Jude confessed to diverting the funds, he also told the EFCC that the money he had been sending to Paul for several years wasn't about sharing money behind Peter's back. Instead, it was money he owed Paul from the sale of their house in America, which he was gradually paying back the loan. This is the reason why Paul has been telling everyone that the EFCC has cleared him, as if I ever wanted him to get in trouble with the EFCC. The story is very long, but I will tell it all in due time. Hey, this plenty thing you said, you've not said anything. Hey, okay, for now, I will stop here until the EFCC sends the final report to my legal team. Once that happens, before heading to the law court, I will make the exact petition, and that doesn't include Paul's name public. Okay, that's good. I will also release the EFCC's final reports, receipts, and other documents relating to this secret company, including the CAC registration, bank transactions, the bank statements that Jude set up with his wife, Ifeoma Okoye. May God help us all. So this is the matter. This is the matter. How? Hey, no. Let me know in the comment section. How can this happen? How can you do this to your brother? If I find out something like this, I'll go to the EFCC, I'll go to FBI, I'll go to BNI, I'll go to the president of every country. I'll go everywhere. Because if we are in a group, P Square, and we have a company, Northside Entertainment, and you are going to create Northside music, then it means there's already something malicious going on. And then you'll be diverting funds. And when you divert the fund, it will go into that company, and from that company to your personal account, and then you share with my twin brother. And when they caught you and they questioned you, you said you are paying him for the house that you sold. So that one excluded him. So now it's Jude and his wife that they are in trouble with the EFCC. So this is why P Square fighting again. And I don't think there's any coming back from this, because after this plan, if they can come back together, then it will take a miracle. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section. Interesting. And I don't know. Yeah,